Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. It's Friday, February 21st, 2026. I'm your host with your essential roundup of Thursday's market action and key financial headlines, perfect for busy investors who want the key moves in just under 2.5 minutes. Yesterday, U.S. stocks traded cautiously. The S&P 500 slipped slightly, the Dow Jones held steady, and the Nasdaq wobbled on tech sector fluctuations. Investors wrestled with competing crosscurrents, fresh signs of global geopolitical tension, hot moves in Bitcoin and gold, plus another big money headline from Nvidia. Coming up, we'll dig into all these, plus Copart's earnings and the latest read on crypto markets. Let's dive in. First up, Bitcoin made waves, surging close to $68,000 after an intense week of volatility. Geopolitical worries, sparked by renewed U.S. Iran tensions and nervousness around recent Federal Reserve commentary, sent cash into safe havens like gold, which jumped and steadied near the $5,000 mark. Risk appetite across markets remains in check, and strategists caution that U.S. equities could retest last year's lows before confidence returns. For crypto, the relief rally is showing signs of stabilization, but persistent selling by large holders means buyers need to stay nimble. Next, tech titan Nvidia grabbed the spotlight. After weeks of turbulence and speculation about a $100 billion OpenAI partnership, Nvidia instead announced a $30 billion equity investment in OpenAI. The news helped fuel a rebound in Nvidia shares, which had dipped to $177 before recovering toward the high 180s. The smaller deal eases risk for Nvidia's balance sheet while keeping it at the heart of the AI infrastructure build-out, securing both hardware sales and equity exposure. Investors cheered the capital discipline, but caution remains with regulatory risks and high valuations in focus. Turning to Copart, the online vehicle auction leader reported earnings with mixed signals for investors. Global insurance unit volumes dropped 9%, mostly due to softer claims activity as more consumers cut back on collision coverage. However, Copart delivered record U.S. average selling prices, up about 9%, thanks to a diverse international buyer base. Revenues dipped to $1.12 billion, but profit margins hit 45%, and Copart finished the quarter with over $6 billion in liquidity and ramped up share buybacks. Bottom line, underlying auction demand and disciplined capital returns are helping the company ride out short-term insurance market challenges. The big picture? Market sentiment is still cautious as investors monitor geopolitical flashpoints, shifting rate expectations, and sector-by-sector performance. Cash-like instruments and short-term treasuries are drawing flows, and volatility persists from crypto to tech. To recap, the S&P 500 edged lower, the Dow barely budged, and the Nasdaq struggled to find direction. Key takeaways: Nvidia's smaller OpenAI bet shows a focus on risk and strategic partnership. Copart's auction business proves resilient despite lower volumes, and both gold and Bitcoin are acting as barometers for global uncertainty. Looking ahead, keep your eyes on next week's earnings releases and any fresh signals from the Federal Reserve. For more daily market briefings, don't forget to subscribe, check our website, and follow us for all your stock market updates. Thanks for listening and have a great market day.